Hello and welcome back to Brother Main Sudoku, and it's a lovely time, I must say, to have you here tuning into the Sudoku challenge that we have. This is going to be an expert puzzle for the day, so fairly challenging, but you'll see again that with adequate methodology that we're able to get through here with relative ease. If you are a returning viewer, most definitely a shout out to you. Thank you so much for continuing to watch the Brother Main Sudoku challenges. If you are absolutely new to this channel or even absolutely new to the idea of Sudoku, welcome to you as well. There's a lot for you to learn as we go through here. You will then be introduced to Sudoku and hopefully you'll find it fun. You'll continue and become a returning viewer and things like that. So I'm not going to take any time to explain what a Sudoku puzzle is in general or how it's solved or any of the particular features that this app does offer, but I do want to preface everything with saying that I speak light and love and positivity into every area and facet of your life today. So you might not have seen that coming there. That kind of maybe surprised you, but you do have somebody else, Theta, who is in your corner and rooting for you for achievement and success in every area of your life, and that you're just wellness in your mind, spirit, soul, and body. With this particular app, it does highlight when a block is when you assert a solution as a rigid solution in a block. So if you and it's incorrect. So if you incorrectly put a digit in a block, basically it will highlight in red. Now, if you are looking for more of the typical paper Sudoku experience, but this in a digital format, I would check out a channel called Sharp Cookie. Her name is Sharp Cookie. She does a whole array of brain puzzles, so very interesting stuff if that's more your thing as well. But in the description of her Sudoku videos in particular, I do believe she does have the link or the title of the Sudoku software that she's using. And I do also believe it's definitely on the iOS store, if I'm not mistaken. So that's good for you Apple users. But it gives you more of that typical Sudoku experience. You do see that the mistakes here are accrued in the top left corner. So that's where you get a mistake if you put the wrong digit in. Typically at 3, it will be forfeited. So you can toggle that on or off, and that's just one of the features. But this is the Sudoku app offered by Beetle Studio. It's definitely on the Google Play Store. I'm an Android user. That's what I'm using right now. So you will find that there. It is a 4.5 rating, 50 million plus downloads, so very popular. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and dive right in and see if we can get that solution. So one of the first things you're going to want to do right off the bat with any level of difficulty puzzle, but especially for the expert and the extreme, is start where it looks like you don't have too many blocks that are not filled in, right? So that's probably going to be this left 3x3 square here, or this right 3x3 square. It looks like only 4 blocks are missing in each. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we're getting particular cross-hatch situations, and I am going to go kind of fast here. We do get this cross-hatch situation with the 7. So what we're going to do is place the 7 in one of these 2 blocks. The logic here is that if you can solve one of the blocks for that as the 7, then it is the 7 in that block. But if you can solve one of the other blocks, right, then solve that block and it's not the 7, then the 7 must be in the other one. This is called a double, right? On top of the doubles, you have something called a pair, where it's 2 numbers that are isolated to only 2 blocks. And the logic there, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But you have the 7s placed here. Let's see if we can get any other cross hatches going. It doesn't look like we can. Well, yeah, it doesn't look like we can. But we do get a full crosshatch. It looks like here we're just going to verify with the 9s. It looks like 9, 9, 9. We're just going to follow that pattern. The 9 then must be in the middle. That's going to then be correct. All right, let's see if we can follow that with anything here. We're going to move it a slightly bigger pace. We do get a process of elimination 2 that eliminates these 3 blocks here for this column, as well as a crosshatch 2. So we know that our 2 must go in one of these 2 blocks in this 3x3 square, right? And that just helps us out. It helps us isolate where other things can go. It looks like we get a perfect crosshatch then on the 3, and that's going to be correct. All right, so we're moving at a fairly fast pace. I do have a time constraint, so I do apologize for that. We're just going to go through here with relative ease. We do see the 1 crosshatches as well. We're going to place our 1 then in either of these 2 blocks here. Awesome. We then get a 3 crosshatch. It looks like a perfect crosshatch on the 3. So the 3 crosshatches here, and if you're following that logic, crosshatches here as well. We'll place our 3 right here. That's going to be lovely and correct. The next one is going to be the 2, which then we get another full crosshatch situation, so we can stay in this quadrant, hopefully then finish it out. We know if we can't finish it out what the pair is going to be, and then that's where we're going to get that example. So we're just make sure verify that the 2 goes here. We then know that this is, and that helped us because before we do this next thing with the pair right here, we had the 2 in 1 and 2 places. So you're seeing that play out here. Talk about wow. All right, so we have the 2 in 1 of 2 spots here, right? And so we eliminated the 2 because the 2 cannot repeat in this row. So talk about wow, we're going to hit the 2 right there, and that's going to be correct. We then are going to come back here and we see that this is then a 1-4 pair. We know that because it is the same thing corroborated with what's missing in this row as well as what's missing in this 3x3 square. So 1-4 pair here. Again, that logic would be if we can solve this as the 1, then that must be the 4. If we can solve this as the 4, then that must be the 1, and that can only be either the 1 or the 4. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is see that we are maybe jumping over to this right column here, okay? Nothing else particularly jumps out just yet. So we're gonna jump over this right column. We're gonna see that we're missing maybe 5 blocks here. So not too peculiar. What we can do before we do that, actually, we're gonna switch over and see that the 7 crosshatches in places are 7 right here, 1 and 2 blocks. It's definitely gonna help us out a little bit more because we're going to see that we get a crosshatch pattern here with the 7, and then these annotated 7s, which is another thing. You can use the annotated 7s if they fall in this type of pattern where they are isolated to 2 blocks. It doesn't matter, 2 blocks that must be in the same row, right? So we can use annotated 7 because the logic there is if it must fall in this row, then it cannot fall anywhere else in that row, right? So 7, 7, 7. So we're going to place our 7 here, and that's going to be a lovely thing. All right, okay, so we're going to jump back over to then this this right column, and we are missing the 1, the 4, it looks like the 5, the 8, all right, and the 9. All right, we just don't have enough information, so let's move around a little bit. Okay, all right, it does look like we get a crosshatch situation on the 4s here, so we're going to go ahead and take that, the 4 crosshatches, to place our 4 in one of these 2 blocks. And that's awesome. All right, we're then going to follow suit with either, it looks like this, we're missing the 7, 3, the 1, and the 6. All right, we just don't have enough information right there. But it looks like we do get a full crosshatch situation right here. So we're just taking everything that we can. It's a full crosshatch with the 8s. If you're following 8, 8, 8, 8, and place our 8 in this top corner, that's definitely going to help us out a little bit more. All right, they're missing only 4 blocks from this top row. That's where I jump to next. Please get in the comments with where you jump to next. We are missing the 5, then the 5, process of elimination here, and crosshatch here to place our 5 right here. Okay, the next thing is going to then be the, it looks like, what do we have? We have the situation with the 3s here. It's a full crosshatch right here. So we're getting some decent full crosshatches right here. We're just going to verify again, make sure that our 3 must go right here and nowhere else. They then are given a situation. This would be kind of a triple situation where these 3 blocks, and it's corroborated with the information with what's missing from this 3x3 square, these 3 blocks must be only 3 digits here. That's going to be the 1, it looks like the 1, the 7, and the 6, right? So we get the 7 and the 1 in this row, and this is how this is going to work. Then this must be 6, and that's going to be correct. We then get 1, 7 pair, and then this is going to help us out considerably in this 3x3 square, and you're seeing that play out here next. If this is a 1, 7 pair, the logic is then that this must be a 4, 3 pair, right? This must be a 4, 3 pair, because then those are the only 2 things missing here. So we can go ahead and mark that as a 4, 3 pair. That does help us out considerably in figuring things out. All right. We're going to then move around knowing that this is a 4-3 pair. What we're going to do here, just to save us on time, we're going to go ahead and do this. It might be a little too early, but we're going to go ahead and take our speed pencil and come right back. And we are back with our speed pencil. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're seeing, we're just going to scan around and see if anything jumps out at us now that we've used that speed pencil. First thing that jumps out to me is these 7s that are isolated in the bottom row right here. I can go ahead and take the 7s then out of here. All right, and we are remembering, right, that this is a 4-3 pair, right, because we have the 1-7 pair. So we're going to take the 7 out of here as well. All right, that helps us then considerably. All right, we're going to jump around here and see if we can find any situations. Okay, we do get a 3 that must go in this block. That's going to help us out considerably. All right, we can't spit on 3s. I wish I could and bust a head, but I can't. I maybe can get it if I had to. AC. All right, we're going to hit this 5 right here. Awesome, that must have been the 5. Spin bust this guy, the guy gone. All right, hit his friends. Ooh, 5 wasn't very wise. Let's hit that 5. Very nice. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is jump back up and see that any particular situation We do get the 2s that are isolated here, but that does not help us eliminate anything. We do get a 7s that are isolated here. That doesn't really help us much. Okay, we're just going to keep scanning around and look for any particular situations that can help us out. All right, we do get 1s that are isolated. It looks like the 1s are isolated to these 2 blocks, so we can take the 1 out of here. Okay, and we're just gonna keep scanning around town, and it looks like we got a situation here with the 9 that must go in this block, so that's going to be 9. Awesome, we can't really spin, but we're good. All right, we then get the 8 that must go here. All right, and we can't really spin again, but we're good. That's helping us. All right, we get a 1-4 pair in this column now. All right, we're just going to continue on that tangent and see if we can knock out anything else. We're making good time, so we don't really have to rush here. But let me see if we can knock this out. We can get 2s that must, looks like the 2s must go in this row, but that doesn't help us eliminate anything. All right. This is pure logic right now. We can do some pencil work in a minute if it gets to that point, but we're just doing pure logic right now. We do get the 8s that are isolated in here, but we don't see much of any other isolation. Oh, no, we see something here in this column. If you're noticing, the 8 can only go right here. All right, so it's definitely going to be 8. All right, that might help us clear up a few things. And then it looks like the 1 below it is where the 1 must go. Awesome. And we can't spin or hit any 1s, but that does help us out. We then give him the 7 right here. Awesome. Then that's going to give us the 1 right here. I'm going to spin bust that 7. Yeah, he's a homie, but what do I say? He's a homie, but he ate my video ramen. Don't do it. All right, so we're gonna hit this 4 right here. Zoom it. Okay, that's shout out to Nicki Minaj. Zoom it. We're gonna hit this 9 right here. Lovely Nicki Minaj. We're gonna hit this 9 right here. We're then going to then continue downward. Let's see. Hit this 2 right here. This is a lovely 2. Then the 7 above it, and get that nice, beautiful animation on the column right there. All right, we're then going to continue around. We know that we get 6 and 8 here. And we know that this 2 must be in this row right here and nowhere else. Spin, bust that 2. Oh, lovely 2. And then we're going to, I'm silly, it's okay. Hit this 4, hit this 6. All right, we're gonna spin. Looks like we're gonna hit this 9. 9 is a goner, that's a great thing. Hit this 3, it's a lovely thing. Hit this 4, and it looks like everything's gonna resolve here momentarily. So you see we use that speed pencil and we followed it up with strict strategy, just with everything that was then exposed. And we're gonna hit this 4 and hit this 1, spin bust this guy out, hit this 6, hit that 8 above it, right? We're gonna hit this 4 right there. That's an awesome thing. Hit this 8 right here. Hit this 9. And the last feature you're going to see is the autocomplete. You're going to see that works out. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's the autocomplete. It just computes that you have solved enough of the puzzle for it to go ahead and take it from there and get the nice, beautiful animation on the whole puzzle. And that is a solved expert puzzle. So you can, give yourself a pat on the back, slap your own butt cheeks, do whatever you want, however you want to do it. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Pat yourself on the back, slap your own butt cheeks. But I am Thea, and I do hope you guys have enjoyed that. Today, whatever time of the day you were watching it, morning, afternoon, night, it's all available for you to do that. And that would be the first thing I'd say. The second thing I'd say is you see my handles popped up here with my Cash App at the top now. Everything that I do, all of my endeavors, the Sudoku channel, my main channel, the Brother Main podcast, and then my main writing vocational responsibilities are all substantiated by viewers, right? Just donations and contributions from viewers like you. So if you are ever so moved, you want to see everything continue and things like that, please make a donation today. Everything helps. $1, $5, anything that's placed on your heart to help see everything maintained and continue. It'd be greatly appreciated. Below my Cash App, you're seeing my Facebook handle, so please reach out to me on social media. I'm an open, loving, kind-hearted person. I'm definitely open to you as the viewer, seeking the highest regard. and I will definitely respond to you on there. We can, link and do all sorts of things on there. So you'll also see my contact information on my introductory video on my main channel, which also explains my my writing project. So I'm not going to go into too much detail in this video, but if you check that video out, it'll have that information. With that being said, hit the like, subscription, and notification buttons, and get in the comments with what kind of videos you're trying to see more of what difficulty level. I will definitely take that into consideration as well. I will definitely see you in the next one. Take care.